Hello everyone and welcome to Storytime with me, Miss Anna. So lovely to have you here today. Today's story was written by two sisters. How awesome is that? Two sisters got together and they inspired each other because their love for nature, for our environment, they inspired each other to write this beautiful story and to bring their message to us. Let's enjoy it together. Our story is called Into the Arabian Sea. Hessa, the hawksbill turtle, by Felwa Ameri and Hind Ameri. In the warm hole in the sand by the beach, 101 eggs lay quietly side by side. Hessa loved the warmth. She felt comfortable and safe. One lovely Friday sunrise, Hessa felt like her egg was getting a little too small. And suddenly, crack! The egg cracked open, and Hessa felt the sunshine brightly on her. Hessa came out and put one flipper in front of the other. The sand felt soft and warm. She looked up as she heard the waves of the beach. Whoosh, whoosh. "Oh my," said Hessa. "I'd love to swim in that. The water looks oh so inviting." She is getting so excited. But she's still so tiny. Hessa rushed with her brothers and sisters to the beach, going faster and faster. Then suddenly, click, 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 click. A giant crab got in her way. Clickety-click, clickety-click, my name is Crabby the Slick. You shall not go, you shall not pass, until you know the trick. I'll ask you once or maybe twice about a little fact. If you get it right, I'll let you go. If not, you'll be my snack. Hessa was shocked and a little scared. She took a deep breath and said as courageously as she could, "All right, Mr. Crabby, the Slick, let me hear it." Crabby the Slick smiled mischievously. "Clickety-clack, click, clickety-click, I'll tell you now my trick. Don't be surprised if I gobbled you up and gave my pincers a lick. And the hole you called home behind you there was dug up by your dear mummy. How many, pray tell, my dear hatchling, eggs in that hole lay comfortably?" He's asking her if she knew how many eggs was she part of. How's she gonna know that? Little Hessa thought long and hard. She knew she had lots and lots of brothers and sisters. But how many exactly? She closed her eyes and took a deep breath, and as she did, she counted in her mind how many eggs she snuggled next to when she was feeling a little cold. I would say, Mr. Krabby the Slick, we must have been 101, she said proudly. Clickety-click, clickety-click, you surely spoiled my trick. I promised I would, and as promised I'll do. You're free to go, little hatchling stick. She got it right. Excited again, Hessa began to race towards the shore, when suddenly, flap, 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 a big white seagull landed right in front of her. "Caw-caw, caw-caw! I'm Seagull McFlaw. I can fight off any tooth, nail or claw. What have I got here? A little hatchling, I see, so eatable and little, racing to the sea. If you're as smart as they say, then a question I'll ask, and answer as you may, or you may skip the task. Now answer correctly, and you shall pass. If not, I'll have you with some sea bass." Hessa looked up at the seagull. She took a deep breath again and said out loud, "I'm not afraid of you. Ask me your question." Seagull McFlaw took a step forward, and then he said, "Caw-caw, caw-caw! We'll abide by my law. My lunch you may be, or away you may go. Now this is my question, let's see if you'll know. What's the one thing that you, my dear, can enjoy as a main meal, yet, if devoured by others, means certain death, I fear?" She hasn't even had her first meal, and he's asking her a question like that. Oh my goodness. Is she gonna get it right? Hessa gave it some thought, and then, aha! Corals and jellyfish. They are super delicious, but they're definitely toxic to others. Seagull McFlaw nodded once and then flew away. She's so clever. Well done, Hessa. Hessa felt the sea was getting closer. She took a few steps, but then something large and green blocked her way. "Gurgle, gurgle, I'm Mrs. Green Turtle. I'm a friend and not a foe. Don't worry, I'll let you go. But if you don't mind, with you I may find the answers I'm looking for about a certain folklore." Hessa stared at the large green turtle and spoke politely. "Sure, Mrs. Green, I'll help you out." "Gurgle, gurgle, why, thank you, little turtle. The folklore I hear says that greens like me, dear, have come to this very beach to lay 100 eggs each. Now, although that's the right sea foam, it doesn't quite feel like it's home." Mrs. Green Turtle looked so confused. Hessa thought long and hard. "Mrs. Green, I think that folklore is not true, for although green turtles come to this side of the world, they usually lay their eggs somewhere else." Gurgle, gurgle. Thank you, dear turtle. Then I'll be on my way, and off you go too, for where we mustn't stay, it'll be dangerous if you do. Finally, Hessa seemed so close to the sea. She could smell that amazing salty water, when suddenly, thud, thud, thud. I'm human the stud. What have we got here? A little hawksbill so near. Whatever should I do? Should I make some hawksbill stew? Or maybe use that shell to make a ring or a bell? I know, a gift you shall be for my little niece, you see. So many things I could do with such a beautiful little thing like you. Hessa looked up at the tall human, the stud. Please, human the stud, let me pass. I just want to swim in the sea. Swim in the sea, you say? Let's see if you may. I'll ask you one question, but 3 answers you'll pay. For I am the human, and I know all. I am the human, the mightiest of all. Tell me, sweet hawksbill dear, what are 3 dangers you mostly fear? Oh my goodness. Well, that's easy, said Hessa bravely. The humans are what I fear the most, with their fishing nets, boats, and their pollution. Although dolphins and other sea creatures see me as food, the scariest of all is you. Human the stud nodded, then stepped aside. Finally, Hessa reached the shore. She put one flipper in front of the other and felt the beautifully warm seawater. Her new home. The end. She made it, but she was very truthful, very honest. She knew we humans are their biggest fear. We have all these things that we do because we enjoy it, but we don't think of the consequences. Let's think of little Hessa and her hawksbill turtle friends. Let's be safe. I hope you enjoyed the story with me. Let's all do our bit to look after everything that we have in this world. Have a lovely, lovely week. I'll see you next time.